always considered myself a skeptic, scoffing at the idea of ghosts and the paranormal. That was until I checked into the Stanley Hotel, a place that would shatter my disbelief and plunge me into a nightmarish world of inexplicable horrors. The Stanley Hotel, nestled in the picturesque town of Estes Park, Colorado, exuded an air of grandeur and elegance from the moment I set foot in its historic lobby. The sprawling colonial-style building was an architectural marvel, but it was its reputation for being one of the most haunted hotels in the United States that had drawn me here. As I checked in, the hotel staff greeted me with practiced smiles, a facade that hid the underlying unease in their eyes. I brushed it off as part of their job. After all, what could possibly mar the beauty of this place? My room, 217, was a spacious chamber adorned with antique furniture and an ornate bathroom. It was a setting fit for a king, or so I thought. Little did I know that it would become the epicenter of my descent into the supernatural. The first night was peaceful, the hushed whispers of the wind outside my window lulling me to sleep. But as the clock neared midnight, I was jolted awake by a sound, a rhythmic thudding that seemed to emanate from within the very walls of my room. I dismissed it as an old building's quirks, but the thudding grew louder, more insistent. It was as if an unseen presence was trying to communicate, to convey a message. Panic gripped me as I fumbled for the lights, but when they flickered to life, I was greeted by an empty room. The following days blurred into a haze of terror and disbelief. It started with shadows darting in the hallways, fleeting glimpses of figures that vanished upon a second look. I wasn't alone in my experience. Other guests whispered of eerie encounters, of laughter echoing from empty rooms and ghostly apparitions at the corners of their vision. One evening, as I descended the grand staircase, a chilling gust of cold air enveloped me. At the foot of the stairs, I saw her, a spectral woman in a flowing gown, her eyes filled with sadness. She extended a trembling hand toward me before vanishing into thin air. It was in the dimly lit ballroom that the true horror of the Stanley Hotel revealed itself. On a moonless night, I ventured into the hall to find it transformed. The ballroom, which had been empty just moments ago, was now teeming with life, or rather, afterlife. Ethereal figures in elegant attire swayed to music only they could hear. Their faces held expressions of joy and sorrow, as if reliving a past they couldn't escape. Among them, I glimpsed the woman from the staircase, her eyes locked onto mine, pleading. I couldn't stay any longer. The Stanley Hotel's charm had been replaced by an overwhelming sense of dread. The spirits that roamed its halls were restless, their stories left untold. As I checked out, the staff's facade had crumbled, replaced by sympathy for the terror that had engulfed me. They whispered stories of room 217, of past guests who had experienced the same inexplicable phenomena. I left the Stanley Hotel, forever changed by my ordeal. I had gone in a skeptic, but I emerged a believer, haunted by the memories of a place where the line between the living and the dead blurred into an eternal dance of torment and despair.